Hi everyone, Dr. Remy from Pain Free and Fit and Posture Science. Today we're going to be going over a great tutorial of how to do pull-ups and chin-ups to prevent aggravating your spondylolisthesis in your lower back and neck. Hope you enjoy. So if you've seen any of our other videos on spondylolisthesis here on the channel, you realize that both in lower back and neck spondylolisthesis, a main aggravating posture or motion or tendency to move towards is extension, meaning that when our spines bend backwards, either with our head backwards or in our lower back by leaning back, raising the tailbone up higher than the pubic bone, or leaning back and arching, overarching that lower back or neck. They both jam down the facet joints, irritating many times the spondylolisthesis and the back portion of the discs in spondylolisthesis. So many of our videos have talked about using the abdominals and the head retractors to decrease that tendency to overarch these areas. When it comes to pull-ups and chin-ups, the same thing is appropriate. However, many people doing these exercises actually aggravate their neck and their back because they're not utilizing the following tips. So let's keep in mind how to do these things. Number one, for a flexion effect or an abdominal tensing effect to decrease the overarching in our lower back, we want to hold the pubic bone up or tail under, and we want to crunch down with our rib cage a little bit, recruiting the abs. That's going to take that arch in the lower back and it's going to flatten it. For the neck, we want to keep our shoulder blades back and down and our head pulled back, chin slightly under the jaw. That's going to open up the curve in our neck so it's not quite as much, relieving the pressure. That's going to be easy to do with a chin-up because as we're doing chins in this position, the body's natural tendency is to flex forward a little more. So it's going to be easier to hold the tail under and the head back in this position as I chin. If I have an opening in front of me under my chinning bar where I can allow my knees to travel forward, that's going to also be safe because it's going to help me flex that lower back, keeping it out of aggravation. When we're doing chins and pull-ups, we're using our lat dorsi or latissimus muscles that run from our shoulder to our lower back. When these muscles contract, and they contract heavily with this kind of back workout, they're going to have a tendency to overarch the back. So you really need to keep those abs tight, not only the abs, but the glutes. If you're squeezing the glutes, it helps to stabilize the spine because our glute on one side, our buttock muscle on one side, connects via fascia to the opposite lat, and it creates a crossing strut that helps to stabilize our lower back. So while I'm doing chins and pull-ups, I'm thinking not only head back and tail under crunching, but engaging my glutes or buttock muscles the whole time, keeping those tight. When I change from a chinning pattern to a more wider pull-up pattern, as I bring my elbows back, it has a natural tendency to arch the lower back a little bit and to arch the neck. That's just simple biomechanics of the spine related to shoulder and scapula or shoulder blade position. So when I'm doing that, that's more of an advanced challenge to hold all my corrections. And again, if you don't know what your corrections are for your spine, either your neck or your lower back, I invite you to go to the Pain Free and Fit and Posture Science websites. We have a free body analysis there that teaches you how to recruit the specific muscles you need for your own unique posture and mechanical and spinal stability issues to hold your spine uniquely in a good neutral or safe zone. That's going to be different for every person based on every person's unique posture and body mechanics. So once you've got that locked in and you've practiced chinning holding that position, you can then progress to using what we call a medium grip or narrow grip pull-up where your elbows are going to be more forward. This is easier than with a traditional wide pull-up, which is going to cause more of an extension or an arching in your neck and lower back. So by keeping the elbows in and forward, you can do the same exercise, maintaining tail under, crunching down, head back, chin under, and we can do our pull-ups from that position. Again, if I can allow my knees to move forward as I'm doing this exercise, it's going to be a lot easier to relax the aggravating tissues that generally irritate our lower backs and necks. We can cap that off with a final version, which is the wide grip and elbow out version. Again, as the elbows go out, it's going to be more of a tendency to overarch neck and back. So here, we want to use an extreme amount of tailbone under, crunching down with the front of our abdominals towards our pubic bone to decrease the arch in the back, and a lot of shoulder blade down and head back as we perform wide grip pulls. That's going to be the toughest. It's very easy towards the top to want to arch the head back, arch the lower back, keep the tail under, the crunch down as you do your pulls up and down. Keeping these tips in mind, helps to decrease a lot of that extension stress in our lower back and neck, saving you from aggravating your spondylolisthesis. If you'd like to help me share this vital information with others, give me a thumbs up below. Any questions or comments, please leave them. I'll do my best as always to get back to you. And I hope this video series on pull-ups and chins helps you prevent aggravating your spondylolisthesis.